Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I am Christopher with Plan Your Truth and we're here with
Natasha!
And where can people find you?
La Casa de Natasha!
If you're not already following. But I'm so excited today to talk about like what this working retreat ended up being and kind of what the vibe was and just like a little bit of a chit chat. We're casual, we're gonna kiki a little bit and see where it goes. We didn't really talk about what we're talking about. So I did a whole video on like what I wanted this to be, right? Mm-hmm. And you saw that energy and was like, guess we're working in California.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay, it's like a full on like we're working retreat, but I didn't know like what that was gonna be for me. I didn't know what that was gonna be.
Because it's just casual, but in my head I'm calling it a working retreat because I've seen other people on YouTube like go to a hotel and work on their writing or work on their goals or whatever. And I think it's a really cool idea.
Yeah, you did that with Katie. Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, back in January of like last year. But Natasha lives at a resort. So
oh God.
So this is perfect. For
the most part.
Yeah, like look at this vibe. So we had a very nice working retreat. Mm-hmm. I was here like 9 days. And
I know.
Today's the last day.
And I felt like it wasn't enough.
But it was also the perfect amount, I feel like.
It was.
Really, don't you think?
Yes,
it was the perfect amount.
It was.
We did get a lot done, so I want to talk about that in this video. Mm-hmm. Like what, I guess, what did you think? Hi, Mika. What did you, she can be in the video.
Oh, okay.
What did you think was going to happen? Like, what were your expectations or your goals me being here?
We already were kind of talking a little bit about goals and things before you came here.
Yeah, like on Marco Polo.
On Marco Polo. So when you were like, working retreat, I was like, oh.
Okay, here we go.
We're doing it.
Because you've always said, too, this year, like January was not the time to reset your goals. You wanted to wait till spring.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes I see a lot of people say that like, you know, January is still winter. So a lot of people, like a lot of animals and like plants are still like in hibernation mode, and like I still feel like I'm in rest mode, so I put so much pressure sometimes on January.
Right.
And when
we all do in the community.
Yeah, and when it doesn't happen, I get discouraged, like really discouraged. And so this year I was like, I'm gonna feel it out. I'm gonna like dibble dabble, as you like to say.
Yeah.
And we'll see where I'm at in like spring. So it was perfect timing.
For me coming.
Yeah, for you to come visit.
All right, what are we doing? What are we working on?
Yeah, and I think for me, a lot of it was everything. It was like goal setting and content creating and how I want to express myself creatively, family goals. Like it was, I feel like for me, it was everything. It was like a circle.
Yeah.
And I think it was like that for you.
Yeah, and I've talked in videos on my channel too about, I feel like just talking out your problems, even if you're just talking to yourself, is so helpful. Mm-hmm. And so to be able to do that with somebody that understands planners and the community and content creation, I think that was the highlight for me. Being able to just basically brain dump, well, here's my problems, and then here are your solutions or your ideas.
We like went off of each other a lot, where like it was like, well, this is what I'm struggling with. And it wasn't, I feel like when we were ready to write in our planners, and like we had like we were like definite, that's when we were like pull out the planners, and that was really exciting because
that's interesting because I didn't expect to do it that way. Like we were just talking for days without even writing in our planner.
Yeah,
we were just like talking things over, and then eventually we were like, okay, no, we know what we're doing, let's write it down.
Yeah, which you said sometimes don't do that, you do the other way.
Yeah,
which I was like, oh, I wonder, I kind of want to try going that direction next time.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah,
but it was fun to just talk about all the problems, all the possibilities, and then kind of begin to narrow it down from there.
Yeah, I think it was, for me, it was a lot of time management. So it was breaking down like my job, like family, kids stuff. Like, I mean, I know that goes in family, but it's like traveling, and it's like you think you have all this time, but then in reality, you don't really. So I think creating that ideal week was,
which if you've never done, it's basically just taking an hourly, weekly spread and mapping out what your ideal average week looks like, so you can kind of time block your time.
Yeah, that was wonderful. I like highly suggest everybody to do that because I've never done that before.
You should do a video on it.
I am.
You should recreate it in your paper planner.
Yes.
And do a video.
Yes.
So you can go to Natasha's channel for that video.
I'm going to do, Chris, well, that's also what we talked about, just like what we want to film and like how we want to go forward in the planner community, because it's changing so much.
Which we've talked about a ton. Like how I am, and a lot of people I think are bored with just a plan with me or just like a normal flip through. Mm-hmm. And so what are we excited about? What do we want to talk about? And that passion will come through in our videos, and more people will then resonate.
Yeah, planning and being functional. Like, I think that's what I really want to share, like, just reality of planning.
Yeah, and you're going to start incorporating memory keeping, too.
Yes!
Which I'm so excited about.
I'm so excited. Should I talk about, like, what I narrowed down?
Yeah, go dive into, like, what you changed and tweaked on this working retreat.
So, I think, to be honest, for the past year, I haven't really been planning, or I think I was planning, but it was on and off, and it just wasn't, and I felt very chaotic. When I don't plan, I feel like everything's chaotic. And so we kind of talked about, okay, well, what's my system now, and how do I want to move forward? And so I pulled out this like old planner. It's the only planner I've ever filled out all the way through, and it's chunky. She was like thick and like
beautiful. So I loved flipping through it.
From 2020. Like, it was the year of COVID, which was like, I didn't have plans. I was home, but I filled this planner, and it was just like, my daughter at the time was doing distance learning, and then I was writing down memories, and I actually got inspired by Marielle, Mom and a Girl with Plans, because she had done this like hybrid planning, memory keeping, where it was like writing down all these like memories of your day-to-day with your family that you wouldn't ever remember necessarily. Like, it's not a big trip, or we're doing anything massive. It's just like
just the small things.
Yeah, and reading through it, it was like Jax hit his head on the counterblock table, and he was like looking through it with me, and he's like looking at the pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to do this again. So I'm gonna go back to doing that.
But you do a good mix of like real planning and memory keeping kind of in the same plan.
Yeah.
It's not too separate for you.
Well, and
I think that's interesting.
Yeah, what I did first is I plan my week, and then wherever I have an open spot, that's where like a little memory goes or a little picture goes. I also kind of like did a junk journaling when I didn't realize that's what it was.
Yeah,
I was saving invitations. I was saving like little drawings from the kids.
No, that was cool.
Yeah, so I love that. And then so I decided to do that, and then Franken plan it with a hourly layout, productivity layout / yeah,
which is hourly but adds a little bit of
the productivity layout for Happy Planner is like it adds goals in the beginning of every month, which I love.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it adds the goals. The hourly doesn't.
I want to look at that too.
Yeah, I love that though, because I was telling you this, I don't do goals. I've never really focused on goals, and I think this was my first time doing it. And it was so it just like a huge light bulb. Not even a light bulb. It was like the sun came out and it was shining, and it was just like so great. So I need time management in my life. My kids are a little bit older now. They're 9 and 10. So, we have soccer, and we have gymnastics, and they have parties, and I need to really manage my time. So we did a productivity hourly layout.
Yeah.
And I'm going to Franken plan that with my dashboard / planner / memory keeping junk journal, whatever I want it to be.
Yeah.
So that's Franken plan together, and then I'm gonna have my work planner.
Yeah, which is like notebook mainly.
Which is notebook
for your Happy Planner job.
And then I am kind of incorporating a little bit of digital planning, which this is what I struggled with because I really wanted to use a mini Happy Planner, and I told Christopher I'm always checking my Apple Calendar. All the time.
On your phone.
And I have a mini iPad, and I've been using that for everything. I use the GoodNotes. I take notes on it.
Some things just work better digitally.
Yeah,
in that regard.
And that's okay. And it's kind of like a mix, because I know a lot of people are like, I have to write, and I'm still writing stuff.
Yeah,
essentially.
You still have like 3 planners.
Yeah, I still have 3 planners, but that also incorporates like a wellness planner. I can vision board with it.
And that My Ideal Week was already in there perfectly.
Yeah, the ideal. Oh yeah, it was already. She already had it. I used the digital planner from Create Heartwork. You guys can look her up. I love her planner systems, and she just has so many templates like wellness, vision boarding, goals, and so I was already filling that stuff out after we had our whole verbal brain dump.
Yeah.
And then we did a written brain dump.
Yeah. I think it's inspiring to see what other people and hear what other people are doing. Like, just even for you guys, if you flip through your old planners, I think that was really inspiring. Just,
oh my gosh,
and reminded you almost of what you want out of a planner.
That's such a good idea.
Like, just flip through your old planners if you keep them. I did that once. I didn't even look through the physical, but I scrolled through my Instagram from like 3 years ago, and I was like, oh wow, I did like really cute Disney plan with me's and spreads, and I had like some cute creative things mixed in. So I was like,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, like look at what you used to do, because everybody's style evolves, I think, and what their needs are in their planner lineup evolves. So it may not be the same thing, but you can still incorporate some of those things you used to do.
Yeah, because I used to use a lot of half sheets.
You did.
And then when I saw that, I was like...
And I think that's what we liked about the planner, is it wasn't just spread after spread. It was like other things mixed in and all
I had
chunky.
like little folded pages.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I did this.
Yeah, because I've talked about one of my goals this year is to have a completed planner at the end of the year.
Yes, same.
So to be able to see your completed planner from 2020 was like, that's what I want at the end of the year, to have a chunky, beautiful planner all filled in. So I know it's already April, but like we can still do it.
You can do it whenever you want. That's
Yeah.
like the thing is, I think for me, my year is like technically starting now. I think I want to do like
now.
a spring to spring.
Yeah.
And then I'll reset again in the spring. And you know, that's why there are planners that come out in January, and that's why there are planners that start in July.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah,
You
I know
don't
it's
have to start in January.
you don't have to start in January, and that's why we have undated planners. Like
That's true.
just do it when you feel ready and you feel inspired and motivated. Because I feel like if you force yourself, it can get a little discouraging sometimes. And
Yeah.
I would highly also recommend getting with a friend or Zooming with a friend.
If you can't do like what we're doing here, if you have a friend in the community, you know, whether it's Marco Polo or FaceTime or Zoom, it's so helpful to be able to talk these things out with somebody that gets it. Because so much of the world is like, what do you mean you use a paper planner and stickers? Like people just don't get what we are excited about.
Right.
So to be able to talk about it with somebody that was really awesome.
That was good.
Which we do that year round on Marco Polo and stuff, but it was different to be here for
that was our
multiple days
focus.
and just do the things.
It was our focus. And I think for me, it's like a lot of people are like, well, you use planners, you're so organized, but I'm actually the opposite. Like, I'm not organized.
The planners help keep you
the
organized.
planners help me keep like on my game, and when I'm not using them, I have that mental load.
I know, that kills me. Just
it's so heavy.
All the stuff in your head, and it's like, oh, I need this on paper.
It's heavy. So talk about what you went through.
So I feel like in terms of planner land, the thing that I'm passionate about is goal setting. Like I love talking about it. I love working through it with other people. Like I do a lot of that in my Patreon community too. So I want to lean into that more.
Yeah.
Even just, I don't think I've said this to her before, but just as we're talking right now, I'm like, that's the content that I want to like lean into more. Not fully, but like once a week, why can I not have some kind of video talking about goals and like figuring out your planner lineup? Because my tagline's always been plan your truth so you can live your truth. And so that is goal setting, manifesting, thinking about the big picture. What do you want out of your life? And I do a lot of that on my Patreon, but why not do it on YouTube too?
Yeah, I would do it on you because it was so helpful. It was so helpful having you break that down, because you know all these like little tips and tricks on goals, and I've never done goals. Like I said, I've never like thought to do it. I was just like, well, I'll just do what I want to do.
Right.
But it's
well, and even as we were working on your goals, and I do this all the time with Patreon members, people are like, I want to read more books.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not a goal. That's like a woo-woo.
This is what I want to do.
I want to lose weight. What do you want to do? Like, is it one book a month, one book a week? Like, you need something that you can tangibly check off. And did you accomplish it? Did you not?
Be specific.
Be specific.
And realistic.
And measurable. I know, I don't know if I believe in SMART goals, like, but I kind of do, because you need to have some kind of tangible, measurable, specific outcome that you know at the end of that set time that you set, did I accomplish this or not?
Yeah.
And then you can reevaluate and be like, was that too much? Like, should I have scaled it down?
Yeah.
And redo for next time.
This was so good. Like, I get now why people do like monthly goals.
Yeah. Like a monthly reset.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
We're going to do that
now.
too. We've talked about. I'm going to do a monthly reset on this channel.
But I highly recommend it, even if you're going to conferences like Go Wild or CPC.
Oh, yeah.
Get together with your friends and be like, let's have a night where we just
talk about this
stuff, because I think we talked about it for at least like 4 or 5 days. Like,
yeah,
really.
Oh, yeah.
And when we went to Disneyland with Des, we even talked about it with Des.
With her, about some, like, content stuff.
Yeah, and she kind of talked about it with what she wants to do. And
everybody has a different perspective. And I think hearing other people's ideas can also inspire you. And be like, wait, maybe I actually want to think about doing that. Or incorporating memory keeping. Like, seeing other people's stuff and hearing other people's journey, I think can inspire you too.
Oh, totally. And I think those videos would be so great. Because if someone doesn't have a person to do that with,
right,
they can check out like your YouTube video and like watch it and like break it down.
Yeah, no, I love that.
So great. I'm excited. I mean, I'm not excited for you to leave. But
I know.
I'm excited to
like do the things.
Like,
that
I feel like my
about.
training wheels are gonna come off.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like.
But now the next step of it is accountability.
Yes.
So we now need to continue to hold each other accountable to actually do these things, because I feel like in the community that's something we love, to talk about these things and to talk about your planner lineups and to buy the sticker books that are cute, but are we actually using them? Are we actually doing the things?
Yeah.
So that's now our
the
phase 2 of the working retreat is actually doing these things. But yeah, I don't know, I feel good. I'm going to do another video once I'm home too, like with my final updated planner lineup and stuff, and do like a reset.
Yeah,
because some things are still a little bit.
Yeah, you have to talk about what you struggled with a little bit, I think.
Well, yeah, and I think I've mentioned it in another video, just that I have so many different planners that I'm trying to touch daily right now. I had an Erin Condren, a Happy Planner, a journal from
Laurel
Happy Planner, and a Laurel Denise that I was trying to touch every day. And I think that is, at least right now, too much. And before I can get into a solid planner routine, I should like pick one thing and focus on that one thing. And then once that goes really well, maybe then we can add in another. But like, I just want one planner that maybe has some Frankenplan pieces, but it just, I think, will simplify it for me. And so right now, that's a classic Happy Planner.
Yeah.
Like I love that disc bound system to do what you want with it.
Yeah, you can really customize it. I think also being planners, and being today as a planner, there's so many cute things.
I know.
And we want to use.
You want to use it all.
We want to use all the things.
And buy it all.
And sometimes it won't work for you. Like I was like, I want to jump back into a mini Happy Planner and put all my charms into that. And then later I was like, but that's not functional for me.
Right.
Like I don't find myself carrying, like it's supposed to be an on the go, but I don't carry it on the go. It just stays home because my charms sometimes fall out or it just doesn't work with me. And so you were like, Christy was like, I think you gotta let it go. And maybe
at least
find,
for now,
at least
this
for now.
season of life.
And maybe find something else you can use it for, or turn your classic into something like that. But I think as planners, it's like we want to use all the cute things, but in order to be functional,
which is what we want out of our planners.
Which is what we want.
We want it to be functional and keep us organized.
Yes, you have to kind of be realistic about your choices too.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, we're gonna do the things.
We're gonna do the things.
And just like with any daily habit, we're trying to get into this daily planner routine. You can't do 10 things at once with any daily habit, even if it was like a physical health routine.
Yeah.
You can't do the healthy cooking and working out every day and stretching every day and waking up early. You can't do all of that day one. You have to like start with one, and then once you do that well for a couple weeks, then add in another thing. So I think we can do that too with our planner lineups a little.
Yeah.
You know, like if I do really well for the next month or two and I'm consistently using my Happy Planner, well then sure, why not add the Laurel Denise for some fun?
Yeah.
You know, but I want to be consistent first before we expand.
Right. That makes sense.
Because I want to do memory keeping too, which again, I'll do another video with my whole lineup
and
once I figure out what I'm doing with my life.
And talk about what we talked about, like the breakdown of it too. Because I think for you it was condensing. It was a lot of condensing.
And using what I have.
And which is what we all need to do.
Yeah, I don't want to spend $1 million on new planners when I have a room filled with planners.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with me. It's being mindful
Of using what you have.
Of using what we have, like even like shopping or like just being mindful of what I already have and not overspending. Like, and I, as much as something's cute, I need to be like, is it, like, am I going to use it? Is it going to be utilized?
Do I need this?
Do I need this? Am I going to utilize it? So I'm excited. We should do another video the next time you're back and like maybe do a touch base.
Update,
Yeah.
We could even do it not while I'm back.
Oh yeah, like a
Just
little
Zoom recording.
What would be like 6 months?
Yeah.
What is it? Like what's a good
Well, I don't know. We'll play it by ear.
We'll come back and let you guys know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna do a
also,
breakdown.
should Natasha not film videos here all the time? Like, what the heck? Beautiful background, front-facing videos. That's what we want to do more of.
Yes. Connecting.
It's not just about our hands, even though they're cute now.
I know. We got a little shopping done with some jewelry.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. Oh man, we went a little nuts at Pura Vida.
You can watch the vlog to see all that info.
But yeah, check out. I'm gonna do a breakdown on my channel, so go check it out. And then we'll do an update at some point.
Yeah, I'll link Natasha's channel down below. Make sure you're subscribed here so you can see my future videos I talked about, and I'm excited to do the thing.
I'm excited, but
Any final thoughts?
I'm sad you're leaving me.
Everybody should do this. Do a working retreat.
Yes.
Even if it's by yourself, girl. Get a hotel room. You know, or go to a Starbucks for a couple hours.
Yeah. I was telling you that I was like, I'd love to find like a little like
coffee shop.
Or
a bookshop. We should look for a
bookshop and just take my laptop and my
just
planners
work. I do that from
work.
Disney now, and it's like the best thing.
It's different when you're not at home. It really is. And I feel like when you being here kind of took me out of that a little bit.
Okay, because I felt that because this is not my home.
Because this is not your home.
I hope
but
you
for
feel
me,
that a little too.
I did because it wasn't part of my daily routine.
Right,
like
getting out of your normal routine.
Yes.
And just focusing on these things.
That's the key.
It was great.
Yeah. And thank you to my husband who was like, I was like, Chrissy's here, so we're doing a work routine. We made him a cake though.
Yeah,
so.
I know. We're going to go eat that cake. But I think that's all for this video.
Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see more of my videos, you can hit that subscribe button. And remember to plan your truth so that you can live your truth. Thanks so much.
Bye.